Eurorack oscillators with this MIDI controller called a Linstrument, which is like a touch-sensitive, sort of a multi-touch controller. I like to use it when I play with acoustics, because I feel like it kind of puts me more on their level.
Interesting challenge and approach is restraint, and even the desire to play something that's more complex or shows off technique or virtuosity, and to peel that back into something that's very very stripped down and very simple, and yet very beautiful, and letting that speak for itself.
A couple of pianists and I were performing a piece of mine called In the Nothingness, and I was using Max MSP to alter what was coming through the pianos, and I would create some resonant spaces for them to kind of sit in. I didn't have a lot of time to generate new material for this piece, so I kind of co-opted that Max Patch, and I'm using it in a similar way, but with new material. It's just an environment like any instrument, and I can drop new things into it. So right when I arrived here today, I asked each of the musicians to make a white noise tone. Let's do something weird for this one.
Oh yeah.
Let's get like super, just put yourself right on. This is nice, a stylus of
Isn't that great?
similar material.
It's a plant thing. Like, I don't know what you do with it. You put a plant in. I found it goodwill.
I love it. And then I can now use those white noise as impulses for other things in the Max Patch.
This is my classroom bell. I manage 5th grade high school. Everybody's listening for it. Should we rehearse my looking at you guys? Coming out of all play? I've got sabotage.
Extradition is me putting together a sound world for myself, and hopefully other people like it. It's only 4 times a year. It's a way of structuring my year. So I spend months just putting together the pieces and basically creating a mixtape in my head of what I think will work together. It's quiet, it's spacious, improvised and avant-garde experimental music. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of chaos. At this point in my life, I don't feel a need for much noise and chaos. I want a bit more silence, a little more spaciousness. I want it all to fit together. I want to create a very holistic kind of program every time. The Extradition series started pretty much by accident. I had actually been thinking of doing a series a few years ago, and then I was putting together, myself and Catherine Lee, the oboe player Catherine Lee, were putting together a CD release party for a recording we made, and we got a space, and we got an evening, and we said, oh, we should get a few other people on the program to make it more interesting. So we got, for that show, Lauren Chassie did a solo set, Branna Coward did a solo set, Catherine and I did a couple of improvisations, and then the two of us and John Savage, flute player, did John Cage's Riowanji. Halfway through that evening, I was sitting on the side thinking, wow, I'm really enjoying this. It's a beautiful evening. It all fit together. Lauren and Brannick's sets dovetailed perfectly. I mean, it was like they had planned a suite. And so about halfway through, I thought, well, I should make this into a series. And in the intermission, I announced that it was the first show of a series. And then I started working to get the second one. We have a great relationship with Leven Community Center, which is the space where we present every 3 months. So one of my big jobs right now is to expand our circle of musicians so that I can expand the range of pieces that we present. Since it's a quarterly series, they're seasonal. So we do have summer, winter, spring, fall. People are in certain moods at certain times of the year. The winter concert, for instance, people are inside, the windows are closed. I'm not going to. People are inside, the windows are closed. It's winter. It's overcast. People are ready for hunkered down performances. For this concert coming up, the summer concert, it's the opposite. Summer, I think people probably don't want to be so intense. We have mostly melodic, well, as melodic as we get. I'll put it that way.
I've got a document about 20 pages long, just a list of names to look into.
How do you know whether it's good or not?
I don't.